sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. It is always exciting to see the very best the NFL has to offer all in one place. And we have that here this afternoon as we welcome you to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. The best players the NFL has to offer on one stage. The AFC-NFC Pro Bowl underway here in Vegas. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. St. Clair flushed out right. And his first look is incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Wilson. Flushed out right. Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
And it's 4th down.
And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. It's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. From the gun, St. Clair. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Flush to his right. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for the AFC.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Going right back to Fant. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. Noah Fant, a 16-yard touchdown. And the AFC has taken the early lead. Extra point forthcoming. And he's got it to make it 7-0 AFC.
Visitors 7. Our home team, nothing.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. Now a hit and a loose football. And that's picked up by the AFC. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. On 1st down, St. Clair. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Complete to Jerry Judy. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick throw cut out wide by Judy. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for AFC.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And the NFC's 8-yard line.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's Mahomes to throw. Steps away to his left. He's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now.
And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. K.J. Hamler there to make the grab. And the AFC adds on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And it is gobbled up by the NFC. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game. And maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They got to steal it and try and gain an advantage. And they tried. They just didn't get it done.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And he's taken down inside the 30.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Down to the 25. And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So,
oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality.
Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Chandler Jones. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter. Obviously looking for number 2, and definitely not playing the check down game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbuna. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He'll find Nwangu underneath, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The AFC with the football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They get this out left. Touchdown! Jerry Jeudy. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. The NFC coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. Forced out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Working with a 2nd and 3. Play action. Now Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
3rd and 14.
Here we go. 60 after all. Let's go. You're out.
Here's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half. I think we could all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing. They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The AFC thus far on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
On 4th down, St. Clair. They'll roll him out right. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now 1st and goal.
That's going to go as a loss of 17 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. St. Clair on the move to his left. That's caught left side by Judy. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. 2nd and 8. They go play action with Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Dillon. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Dillon again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
McCaffrey, and he will carry this one in. Touchdown, NFC. Christian McCaffrey taking it in from 2 yards out. And the NFC able to cut into that lead. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Well, can he put it aside? Let's find out. Second down and 7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. St. Clair. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
In on the tackle. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And it'll be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to float this over the middle deep. It's caught inside the 25. Now the NFC going to take a timeout there 2nd as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Steps away. This is caught. And he's brought down.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. To throw again is Wilson.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have hit halftime of the Pro Bowl with the AFC leading the NFC. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room, an onside kick attempt. Oh, and I think the AFC got it. Yes, they did. AFC offense set to take their next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They fake the give. Now Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. Touchdown! Albert Okuebuna, 29 yards. And the AFC takes advantage of the interception, and they turn it into 6.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the 2-point try. Mahomes will throw for it. And he's brought down. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now on fourth down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the AFC is going to get the football back in great field position. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Mahomes now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Albert O, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the AFC adds on to their lead. Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the 2-point try. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
Our home team, 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Montez Sweat just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard.
The AFC takes over.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Five yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Mike's 43. Mike's 43. Hey, get in the weight room. Take 4. 43 is the money.
Looking to throw. St. Clair. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it.
43 is the mic.
Back to throw. St. Clair. And this is going to be intercepted.
Jeremy Chin picks it off.
And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw left side complete. That's Mason. And bulldozing his way through. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The fullback comes through with a big play there.
That's one way to get yourself out of a hole. They're backed up deep, and while this looked like a simple completion at first, he was able to create some space, and off he goes. Separation not just in the route, but after the catch, too.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10, as they've got things rolling on this drive. Out to his left. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Now it's Wilson. Rolling to his left. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. And I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Another run now for Nwangu. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be this.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they will finally get him down up at the 42-yard line. A big play there on 3rd down for the AFC.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right.
They'll get this to Nwangu.
And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The AFC thus far on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Looking to throw. St. Clair wide open. It's Allen complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Nwagu going to get it on the counter.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
Jeremy Chin there defensively.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to shoot.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brian Burns able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. St. Clair. He finds his target, Allen. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker.
Vic Fangio, an old-school coach, but he's going to go for it here on 4th.
23 is the mic. Right here, right here.
Operating from the gun, St. Clair. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. It got his man. Complete. Touchdown.
And that looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game.
The score. Visitors 37. Our home team 14. Brandon McManus set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line.
Here we go.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
To throw is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey.
And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Christian McCaffrey.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the NFC able to get a bit closer. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. The AFC thus far on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 9.
Looking to throw.
St. Clair. That's caught left side by Judy.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
The AFC went for it, and it doesn't work out. And the NFC is going to get the football back in excellent field position.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He's got Mason complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
They go play action with Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Myles Garrett in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the NFC able to cut into that lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
From the 29, Mahomes. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 6.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the AFC with the football as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Rolling to his right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. This will be caught. Judy. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They'll go option to the short side, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Back to throw. St. Clair. That's complete. Akure-Bunam. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Looking to throw. St. Clair buying time to his left. And he is going to be out of bounds a mile away from that yellow line, and that will become a turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT. To throw is Mahomes. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun.